Well, hello there, boys and girls, and welcome to the yearly capitalism exhibit. Except that we're looking a little light this year. Let's fix that. Well, this wasn't really what I had in mind. I wanted to have a tree here, but budget cuts, as I'm sure you can probably tell by the crappy audio right now, and also the crappy camera and the crappy lighting, and I mean like this. Like usually it's bad on my channel, but this is a new level, so. Well, if you're new here, you don't really know about the traditions every Christmas, so let me fill you in. Every year, we play a very particular kind of Christian game because we want to remember the reason for the season, right? We find the worst Christian games possible. And 2 years ago, I found the Jesus RPG, which was, like 3 games built on the life of Jesus. That was pretty bad. Then the year before, 2018, I played... No, 2017. I'm already rushing my years. And then in 2017, I played the Bible game for PS2 and Game Boy Advance, which were actually two different games. One was a game show, trying to be like Whammy and like Wheel of Fortune and like all kinds of other stuff. And then the Game Boy Advance game was like an actual game. It was like a platform adventure thing, but they're both awful. So of course, I had to step the bar up for this year. This light keeps getting in my mouth, but I'm just gonna fucking ignore it. Who cares? All you guys care about is just the amazing games I'm about to play, right? Well. This year I did not disappoint. Have any of you ever heard of the Left Behind series of books and games? Well, if not, hold on, you're in for a treat. Basically, Left Behind takes place during the book of Revelation, which is between the rapture, where all the people who believe in the Jesus, they all just kind of poof and then go up in the clouds and party with Jesus. And then all the non-believers are left, which is kind of weird because a lot of them instantly turn to believers because they go, oh, I remember that weird one Sunday school where people said when people disappear, it's just because Jesus came. I'm not going to get into that theological debate, but anyway, the point is that this book series takes place between that event and the end of the world, where Antichrist rises to power and tries to fight Jesus, and there's actually a fight scene in the books where Carpathia, who is the Antichrist, launches like missiles at Jesus and Jesus just kind of goes, meh, and like one-shots everybody. It's kind of anticlimactic, but it's kind of amazing in the same way. But we're talking about the game. And yes, they made a game based on this, which on the surface level doesn't sound too bad. You can do some creative things with it. So then they decided to do an RTS and completely run their RTS genre into the ground. I don't know about you, but I'm excited. So, without any further ado, we'll probably need like 5 more of these, but why don't we get started? Just see all the reasons for the season. I'm also really looking for an excuse to take these lights off because they're fucking hot.
Left Behind Eternal Forces is a top-down real-time strategy game released in 2006. And it's based on a series of books called the Left Behind series, which we went over already. It's supposed to be godly entertainment for the video game youth, where you don't kill people and instead you pray to solve all your problems. And if you've seen any of my Christmas episodes before, you know that every time that someone sets out to do that, it's, usually not that great. I mean, guitar praise exists, and that's just as bad as it sounds. Anyway, the main gameplay consists of you building your army of Christians by using your disciple unit to recruit people off the street and giving them roles to fill. You have classes like the musicians that raise your faith, healers to keep your units at full health, and, you can make soldiers that shoot people. Oh. The game has a story mode where you play themed missions trying to spread the word of Jesus and stop the evil global community peacekeepers from taking over the world. And yes, they're actually labeled as good and evil in the game, so don't worry about that. The gameplay is a little complicated, so I highly encourage you to try the training first, or else you're really not going to get what's going on. Training teaches you how to recruit new units by walking up to them with your Jesus pamphlets, and after about 15 seconds, they join you as a template unit known as friends. You then take over buildings and send your friends inside to train them in that discipline. So if you send friends inside a military building, they become soldiers, and so on. So this game is actually incredibly misogynistic, and you can only train female units into specific classes, like healers, and it even makes sure to break it down. Male healers are just called medics, but the female healers are called female medics. You have friends, and you have female friends. And to make the misogyny worse, women aren't allowed to do basic things like be musicians like you'd expect them to do. Sorry, you got ovaries? You ain't allowed to sing for Jesus. Go fix some scraped knees.
I can't make this shut up even if I tried.
Anyway, back to the gameplay. There are actually some cool features in this game. Like if you press the C button, it will actually have the camera follow the selected unit, which is basically necessary. The camera angles in this game are extremely weird. It either feels extremely claustrophobic with weird angles, or it's so zoomed out it's basically a top-down tabletop game. A lot of it is because of the urban sprawl they chose to set the game in, but some of this camera work is just baffling. In fact, baffling describes a lot of this game. It feels kind of backwards compared to most RTS games, which give you free reign to build the buildings you want in the order you choose, but this one kind of restricts you to only specific buildings in specific spots. On top of that, the menuing is kind of clunky, and the way you send units somewhere and upgrade them and the buildings is kind of unintuitive. You have to do multiple clicks to do basic things. For example, you have to click the builder, send him near a building, then when he's in range, you can then click the building to upgrade the building, and then the builder will kind of just go inside the building to upgrade it. It's just kind of backwards compared to things like Command & Conquer, where you just have a list of buildings you can click to build, then one-click upgrades at any time, and even the engineers themselves as a unit just need one click on them, then the building you want to capture, and that's basically it. Besides how cluttered the menuing is, there's just all kinds of weird options like... Wait, what's this button do? Holy fuck, shit just got real. I kid you not. Every unit has this option to read their testimonial, their life story, where you can see how bad their home lives are and the tipping point when they went to Jesus and what they do now. You can even see this update in real time by reading a pedestrian story, converting him, and reading it again to see how the details changed. Their writers had a field day with this feature. I've checked probably 20 different units, and I have yet to see a repeat story. If only they cared this much about making an actually playable game, it might have actually ended up good. There are some interesting key combos as well, like you can literally press Ctrl F to do a search across all your units, which is the single greatest game feature I think I've ever seen in an RTS. Alright, let's jump to the first story mission and I'll show you how it actually plays. The first thing you'll notice is the talent from the voice actors. I'm sorry, I meant actor. So far, there seems to be one female voice actor who is just the best.
I wouldn't go down there if I were you. The gang is out today. This neighborhood has gotten really bad. You'd better be careful.
Anyway, so you walk forward here and... Oh. I took 4 steps. And I instantly failed. When the mission works properly, you're supposed to walk around the city looking for your friend Brad, then go to the church to help out Taylor. You're supposed to walk around, ask people if they've seen them, and avoid the evil musicians playing their electric guitars. They don't seem to attack, or even really do anything, so I just tend to ignore them, and that works out okay. I like to imagine the enemy musicians are playing AC/DC while you walk by. After all, distortion is the devil's music. Why does the budget for the show suck so much? Okay, so I found Brad, and now I need to get to the church. And there's 2 marks on the map, so I bet you the closer one is probably the church, and the other one has to be the exit. So we're just gonna walk over here, and... Oh. I beat the level. But I didn't go to the church. I still beat the level. Okay. Huh. Wonder what this button does. Oh my god, it's so loud and copyrighted. Please, no, stop. What am I looking at? No. And when you hit continue, the game just crashes on a black screen. Awesome. You know what? I think I'm done trying to play the story mode. I don't want that to ever assault my senses again. I haven't even touched on multiplayer yet. Yes, this game has multiplayer. One person plays as the good guys, the Tribulation Force, and the other plays as the Peacekeepers, or evil, as the game so helpfully hints. I tried to play with Jesse, and after about an hour of troubleshooting, we found out that I had beta demo version 1.02, and he had version 1.01, so once I downgraded, we found each other. So we tried to play. Unfortunately, they somehow decided to break the demo even further than we've already seen, and the evil team has its controls completely broken. You can't select individual units, you can't send units into buildings, you can't even rotate the camera. So we then had to upgrade after downgrading so we can play. Just imagine if we could actually run the full game, how much fun that would be figuring out what's broken in the various patches. Oh wait, I didn't mention why I can't run the full game. See, it's funny, because the game uses SecuROM as a DRM. Unfortunately, on modern versions of Windows, Microsoft has felt fit to completely disable SecuROM's ability to work, which means we have no way to play the real game. I fucking love it. There's also all kinds of other technical issues, like the second that I tried to load the game in 4K, the game just crashes with 2 lines in the log where it just says, engine started, engine stopped. That's it. It didn't even try. I have a feeling all of this is because the game was running off of the engine that was used in the PES soccer series of games. I wish that was a joke, but it's not. I only found that out because I was searching like random DLLs trying to figure out what was actually in this game, and that came up as a DLL used as like a core file of the engine for the PES games. So I'm wondering if they're just library sharing, but I'm more inclined to believe it's actually just using that engine, especially coupled with all the other technical issues. Like we saw how the mission failed as I walked 4 steps forward. That was great. All in all, is this really the worst game I've ever played? No. It's not good. It's not really fun. It's a lot of things, but good is not one of them, unfortunately. Sure, it was fun for entertainment for like the first afternoon or whatever, but the longer and longer I worked on this video, the more and more I began to hate this game just because of how broken and buggy it is. So no, I can't really encourage anybody to play it unless you just have read the books and have a passing interest in the game. Then maybe, sure, okay, why not? But outside of that, save your time. And this is where I use my professional camera work in order to, just take a selfie video, because I'm too lazy to use my thing that I set up specifically so I could film this video. This is the quality that you guys are here for. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you guys, Merry Christmas, all that fun stuff. This video was a lot of fun to make, and I apologize for not making a lot of content this year. Lots of stuff's happened this year, but I'm trying to get back in the groove of things, and I'm hoping that long term I can bring 2019 some amazing JamesAtGames content. I have a lot of stuff planned, but I'm not going to make any promises because I've learned my lesson there, because I don't ever fulfill my promises, but they will eventually come. In January I have some more Let's Talk Abouts planned, as well as another full episode of JamesAtGames. I'm thinking the way it's going to be is I'll just do the Let's Talk Abouts whenever I have something I want to talk about, funnily enough. And then the JamesAtGames episodes will just come when they come. I'm not going to try to do 1 a month or 3 a month or however. I'm just going to upload and see what happens, and we'll see if that works better for me. But thank you guys for all the fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the Christmas decorations. And those Christmas decorations as well that I forgot to turn on. Shit. And enjoy the holidays with your families, guys. Thank you again for watching. It means a lot to me.